Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today I have Karla joining me. Hi, Karla.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, everyone.
Hey guys, we're really excited. We've got a video today for you on how to change a bad relationship into an excellent one. So anybody can use this to change a relationship with a dad, a spouse, a friend, a coworker, absolutely anybody. So we've got some really great information about how you can change a relationship or how bad it is into what you actually want. So just before we dive into it, guys, Karla's having a 50% off sale, so definitely check out the coaching link in the description. Really excited to have her on the team. And as well, guys, you know, I have a course, Create the Relationship You Love. It's actually going to help you to do the same thing, recreate anybody, change your relationship from where it is now to something you absolutely love. I know it works. Andrew spoils me, like seriously spoils me, so I know it totally works. And guys, of course, if you want to want to know when any courses are having sales, definitely sign up for our mailing list, the mail template in the description below. And of course, we're having a contest, guys, trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. We want to share this message. We want to help people. So, you know what, definitely share, like, comment what you've manifested so we can, you know, share the inspiration and motivation, because guys, you really can be and do and have anything you want. And you know what? I know I've shared Law of Assumption and Neville with all of my family, and it really changes and improves our relationships. And at first I thought they thought I would be crazy, but now they're actually, you know, holding me accountable for creating in my thoughts. So, you know, definitely, you know, this is the best gift we can give one another is, you know, the tools to be able to create our dreams, because guys, we're all God of our own universe. So yeah, let's dive in, Karla. I'm so excited to hear this success story. I can't wait.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I have a client that she had a really rough relationship growing up with her dad. And by rough, I mean she went to 20 different counselors over the years trying to get help for it, struggling with anxiety and depression, just wanting a great relationship and trying so hard to make it happen. And so it went from, for example, at Christmas time, she went at Christmas and he told her to leave and get out, don't ever come back. You wanted to ruin the holiday. And she went home and cried all night long and kept saying, you know, why do I keep trying? To the last Christmas, which was this past one, she didn't even go to the holidays because she just swore them off and said, I'm never going to go through that again. So basically, so we worked with her on, and now she has an awesome relationship with him. And he actually has said to her and her mom, wow, we went from the worst relationship in the family to the best. And she treats me with the utmost respect, and I respect her. And this is awesome. So at any rate, so what we did was worked on mental diet, and Everyone Is You pushed out and changed her thoughts. And she had one affirmation, especially, that she would come back to every single time she would think of him. And the affirmation was, my dad always treats me with the utmost respect, and I treat him with respect, and we have a great relationship. So we worked on that, and lo and behold, they have an awesome relationship now. And he had been labeled by counselors over the years as a narcissist. She was an empath. Her mom was codependent, and all those labels and dynamics that it just proves 3D, you know, the labels and the circumstances don't matter. And you can completely turn any situation around despite any labels that somebody has given you or what they've said. So.
Oh, exactly. You know, it's so funny. I'll see comments every once in a while. It's like, oh, how do you change a narcissist? Does it work on a narcissist? And my first thought is stop calling them a narcissist. You know, but our assumptions of the person creates. If we don't know what a narcissist is, we can't label somebody as it, and then they don't show up that way. You know what I mean? So I really love that labels don't matter. Don't label people, you know, because that label is an assumption, and it carries everything that you have attached meaning to it. So for instance, a narcissist who has a certain, you know, traits that we put to that label. And when you label them as that, all those traits go to them too, right?
Exactly. Yes. All of it don't want.
Exactly.
So the other thing is that I wanted to let everybody know out there that you have neural pathways and you can change those. And what those are every time you have a reaction to something or you have a thought and you keep thinking negative of the person, or you have anxiety and depression when you think of situations, you're reinforcing that. So if you start with a mental diet and you start flipping your thoughts, you create new neural pathways and you'll find yourself out of nowhere feeling happy and thinking good thoughts. Wow, I've had all these thoughts from nowhere today that are really good thoughts that I didn't even need to flip. They just came from me. So working at it. And it's something that you really can turn your life around. And this client also went from a lifetime of anxiety and depression to feeling powerful, not powerless anymore. And it's just very empowering with this work. And I just love it.
Oh, exactly. And you know what, you're right. You know, it's once you start changing, like our thoughts, they go, like, we create neural pathways with our thoughts and they'll automatically fire that way once you've done that pathway enough. So like I look at it as like walking on the grass. If you walk on the grass or your cat on the carpet in the same path, you know, you start to get little footprints, little kitty prints. And, you know, and eventually you'll wear that part of the carpet down or you'll wear that part of the grass down, right? And that's what our thoughts do. And that wear and tear that you see either on the carpet or the grass is basically, it means it's become a subconscious thought process, okay? So subconscious thought processes aren't there that came out of nowhere that are in your subconscious. Subconscious thought processes are basically thoughts that you've had so many times that a word will trigger you and then your brain will go through that thought process because you've rehearsed it so many times over and over again. So Karla's totally right. You need to change that. You got to start focusing on the news story. And then as you start creating that new pathway, it'll actually start to become natural and it'll become a subconscious thought process. How do you find that? Dump out all your thoughts, okay? Sit down with a pen and paper about that situation, dump out all your negative thoughts. This is so incredibly important. And you'll find it's really only a few main, like, you know, points. Like in Karla's success story of her client there, she said, well, you know, it was the one affirmation was treating that she was treated with respect. And it's like, okay, well, obviously the main complaint was that she wasn't treated with respect. So you'll find that one or two, you know, really negative thoughts that are there, and you pull them out by changing them into a positive intention, and you'll see that pretty much most of your situation will change. But it takes practice, right? You've got to be diligently on those new thoughts. You can't live halfway in that old world, halfway in that new world. How do you know you've done enough? You'll start to feel good. But then you can't even stop there, right?
You can't, because you want to maintain it. You want to keep it going.
Exactly. Granted, you may not need to do it as often, but you'll still need to do it when the negative thoughts do come up, right?
Definitely. And it's something with manifesting, once you start doing it in one area of your life, you get so excited seeing what ends up happening that it's something that it's a lifestyle and you want to keep going with other areas.
Oh, exactly. It gets addicting, right? You know, one thing we were talking about earlier too was the unwavering belief and not having to worry about the how. And, you know, one tip that I do when I start to kind of get down and I'm not feeling the magic and I'm not sure if my thoughts are creating is I just intend that I see how everyone is being pushed out. And it's so funny. Yesterday, me and Andrea were watching like 90 Day Fiance, like totally addicted to this, right? But it was like I was thinking something and then all of a sudden Andrew would say it. And I was like, oh yeah, everyone's being pushed out, right? Like I gotta stay on my thoughts, okay?
I love that. That's awesome.
So guys, create that little list of little tiny manifestations because you need to build your belief. How do you stop that fight in your head of whether or not this is going to happen? How do you make your mental diet easier? Is, you know, you create that belief that this is real. And you do that by the little list of little tiny manifestations, things you just absolutely can't deny. And when you have that, and then you're like, okay, you know what? You're not going to fight with yourself anymore because this is going to sound like this. I intend to be a billionaire. No, you can't do that. No, everyone's being pushed out. Oh, you're right. I can. Okay, done. I'm a billionaire. Like that's the end of the story. You know what I mean? Whereas before it would be like, you're going to be, you want to be a billionaire. I don't know how to be. I need a business. I don't have, you know, the fight goes on and on. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely create your belief. You know? Yeah, so awesome. So great. Thank you so much, Karla. This was absolutely amazing. You touched on some amazing points here.
Thank you so much.
And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And I hope that all of you guys actually got something out of this video and you're able to go out today and make a shift in any relationship that you're looking to make. So yes, definitely, definitely exciting. So thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.